Hey everybody, did you know you can go to colinmullen.com in order to get art and art prints? It's true. It's why I made the website. It's also a place where I can, like, when people ask me, like, oh, you do art? And I'm like, yeah. They'd be like, oh, cool, let me see. And I'd be at colinmullen.com. And they'd be like, cool, that's good art on colinmullen.com. So anyway, let's talk about today's painting real quick, and then we'll get into it. This painting is for my mom, because it's Mother's Day today, if you're not aware in America, which means that, you know, because I've got a good mom, I want to give her something. If you have a good mom as well, do something nice for her. A lot of people aren't that lucky, and they deserve, you know, your mom, if she's a good one, deserves that. If your mom isn't a good one, then never mind. But let's talk about today's subject matter, because, you know, it's kind of a clickbaity title. Is it possible to know too much? Is it possible to learn too much? Whatever I'm going to call this. And not in like a Lovecraft way where it's just like your mind explodes because like you realize the futility of existence or whatever, or that Cthulhu exists, whatever. Anyway, no, I mean, like, as far as art goes, is it possible to know too much? Is it possible to learn too much? I think that's a better way of saying it. Is it possible to learn too much? So let me put it like this, and I'm going to prove my point. With the way the internet is now, it is possible to learn literally anything. And it doesn't really matter how obscure that thing is. If you want to learn how to make licorice train sets, that's probably a thing. Someone's probably got a blog on that, and they've made videos about it. I don't know why you want to do that, but let's say it's a thing. That's awesome, you know? And you can learn about that, and you can learn about the history of that. Let's bring it back to art so it's not some weird thing that I just made up on the spot. You know, and essentially, I guess that's what the point of this channel is to teach you guys and to inspire you guys and to show you guys and explain my theories about art. But, like, at a certain point, I feel like people get addicted to it. Addicted to the idea of learning stuff, that there's some sort of like, oh, well, if I watch this person do art long enough, I myself will become a better artist. And it's true. Like, learning is important. Like, basically, you can skip a whole bunch of like trial and error by, you know, just learning from people who have experienced that and have decided not to do it, but or have done it, and you realize, oh wow, that's not good. I don't have to do that now because I realized that that's a thing. And I love doing this, don't get me wrong. I love making this content. But there are people, and I'm like this to some degree, where I get addicted to the learning of it. Like, when I'm able to just watch things that I want to watch, but I'm not doing it for any reason other than just the pure enjoyment of it. Sometimes I'll watch videos that are educational, like about things that I care about, you know? Like how to have better audio quality, like how to do art better, or like, you know, art theory or art appreciation. Stuff that, you know, becomes pertinent to me as a person. I learn about those things, and it, you know, shows in my work. But at a certain point, like, if I realize that I've spent more time learning and I just don't have time in my day to do art, then something's gone wrong. And that's kind of what this video is about. Is it possible to spend too much time learning that it's at a detriment of doing other things? And I feel like there's also this whole thing where, like, you see so many cool people doing cool art that you're just like, wow, my art doesn't look like that. And of course it doesn't. You haven't been spending all the time that they spent to get to that point doing art. And every second that you're watching a video like this, I guess that's really bad for audience retention, but I guess I shouldn't say it like that. What I should say is, after you get done watching this video, is it possible to spend, you know, maybe like twice as much time, 3 times as much time, 4 times as much time doing whatever thing it is that you're wanting to do? In the case of this channel, art. Could you go do art for like an hour after watching this video? How much would you improve versus watching exactly that much time of videos about art? I have a lot of content on this channel, and, you know, please do subscribe. It would help me. But, like, there's a certain kinetic skill to art that can't be taught and can't be shown to you. And that's what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about like the emotional like aspect of it, that once you do some art, you go, hey, I did some art today. And that feels good. Not holding yourself back until you learn how to do XYZ, until you've seen enough videos, until you feel like you've qualified in your head for some reason that you're able to do the thing. You don't have all your things in a nice little binder or whatever weird thing it has to be, because I've been there, that I can't do whatever the thing is that I want to do until I have things set up just perfectly. Just go for it. Go and do some art right after this video. And, you know, I guess it's not as big of a deal as if you're watching this and doing art at the same time. That doesn't really count in my book. But, like, if you're watching so many art videos that you're not doing art, that's where it becomes a problem. But, I don't know. I feel like this video is short just because really the point is enjoy watching these videos. Give me a subscribe. But at the end of the day, go do some art. You'll be surprised at, you know, how much better you become after doing an hour's worth of art versus watching an hour's worth of videos. There's the break point where it just becomes more useful to have done art. But instead of rambling anymore, let me thank the people on Patreon. Starting, these are the people, if you want to join them, they're at the $5 tier or more. You can also throw me $1, and that just allows you to see all of the full content videos, you know, basically this, but at normal speed with the original audio. But these are the people at the $5 tier or more. Starting with Watfu. Thank you, Watfu. Thank you to my beautiful wife, Tilda. Thank you, Theodore Corbier. Thank you, Spencer Kane. Thank you, Plex. Thank you, Flenixia Theoran. Thank you, Oboist Kirby. Thank you, Moodles. Thank you, Micah. Thank you, Maliciousness. Thank you, Gazazan. Thank you, Duxu. Thank you, Bubba Fair. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Amber. And thank you, Adam Kearney. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and all of that. My life has become significantly better because of making this channel. I know I kind of made it seem like maybe I was talking down about this, but like, in a lot of ways, this channel has been the driving factor to make me do more art. And so that has been good for me. But if you enjoyed this, like I said, drop me a sub. It'll be something nice to listen to in your hour of art that you're about to do, right? Maybe, hopefully, if you can. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.